This video is rated T for Teen. Both bald, powerful, and have easily defeated the most dangerous bosses in their respective universes. It's Saitama versus Kratos, the Cape Baldy versus the God of War. Now this is a bonus appetizer episode of Rewind Rumble, so no need for a pre-analysis. If you want to learn about Saitama, check out Saitama versus UI Goku. If you want to learn about game mechanic Kratos, since that is the version we're using in this episode, check out Broly versus Kratos. Quick update on Yoshi versus Billy Hatcher and Spyro vs. Toothless. Both are planned to come out this May. Apologies for the delay on those, but without further ado, today we find out which Baldy will face the hair of defeat in this episode. Today, we Rewind Rumble.
And now, let's get ready for the fight. This battle will take place on Earth, and remember, there is no prep time. Let the battle begin!
Okay. Hopefully you enjoyed that animation, and if you did, super special thanks to Team Animation Rewind's Juan F. Thanks, and enjoy the post-analysis. The most important takeaway from this post-analysis would be that Saitama was fighting game mechanic Kratos, not lore Kratos, simply because this is the only fair option. I know a lot of people are going to say that I'm lowballing Kratos, and many might even say I'm going to be lowballing Saitama, but let's focus on Kratos for now. If I was factoring lore Kratos into the equation, I would actually agree that what I'm about to present is a lowballed version of Kratos. The lore version is being specifically negated from the equation. Now, if you want to say that this isn't the true interpretation of Kratos, while the gameplay may not be a reflection of what Kratos is supposed to be, that doesn't change the fact that the gameplay version of this character exists. And because it does exist, I think it is fair game to use in debates, so long as that you make sure you're stating the version you're using. A good example of a different character would be Peter Griffin.
What?
And that's not a meme, I know Peter Griffin is easily memeable, but as shown in Season 15, Episode 4 of Family Guy, Peter Griffin is technically confirmed to be a human-level actor who only acts in the Family Guy series. Technically speaking, he has no abilities. Does this mean we make sure Peter is featless in all versus debates since the quote-unquote true version of Peter is powerless? Or do you think it'd be okay to showcase what Peter's character can do while acting? I personally believe that so long as you disclose which Peter you plan to use, there is no problem using either. But clearly one interpretation would be more fair than another depending on who you're pitting him against. Which takes us back to this debate. When Kratos faces off with Saitama, the more fair interpretation would be gameplay Kratos, since this is the version that isn't a total stomp. And I'll be happy to break down why, starting with speed.
Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive.
Both characters have pretty similar speed. For example, it was stated by Murata that Garen Ganshup's near-light speed attacks are nothing compared to Saitama and a bad joke in his eyes. Saitama has even shown that he can easily keep up with Flashy Flash, and even proved himself to be superior to Flashy Flash. Flashy Flash has actually been stated to be faster than light, so as you can see, there is plenty of consistent evidence for Saitama easily being at least baseline FTL. It's a bit hard this early on in his development to say how much faster he actually is than the other characters because we really don't know, but we can safely say at the very least he's baseline FTL. As for Kratos' speed, Kratos can scale to the God of Light, also making him baseline FTL, and again this is game mechanic Kratos. And another good example of having FTL speed feats would be dodging, reacting, and catching Hermes, which is another base FTL feat. Now lore Hermes is faster, but this is not lore Hermes, and there's not much evidence to suggest that Kratos can do anything MFTL in terms of game mechanics. So FTL for both characters it is.
So we back in the mine, got our pickaxe swinging from
Saitama in terms of attack power should be consistently planet level, as there is plenty of evidence to support such claim. And of course there are people who consider him to be multi-continent level, but this might be lowballing for Saitama. Now there is that one single star level statement which could be considered highball or possibly even wank, as the one star level statement is outweighed by more planet level and multi-continent level feats. For example, Saitama's author stated that Saitama could destroy the Earth if he wanted to. Saitama himself stated that if he kept getting annoyed he would end up destroying the Earth. And there's also the fact he didn't even use his full power to defeat the strongest attack of Lord Boros, and the strongest attack of Lord Boros has consistently been depicted as being surface wiping, aka multi-continent level, and yet Saitama, while holding back, was able to counter this multi-continent level attack. Saitama also defeated Awakened Garu, who has been stated by one to be comparable to Lord Boros and may even have the edge over Boros in close combat. So Awakened Garu is also multi-continent level and easily was defeated by Saitama while holding back. Heck, you could even argue that Saitama with his casual punches is at the multi-continent level. This is because with a casual punch he was able to break the armor of Lord Boros, and this armor was meant to sustain the true power of Lord Boros, meaning it had to retain multi-continent level power, and Saitama with a casual punch was able to break the armor, meaning his serious punch should easily be planet level. As for Kratos' attack power, lore Kratos could very easily be beyond universal power, but game mechanic Kratos is much weaker, though still very strong in his own right. Kratos' strength is on par with Jörmungandr, who is one of the only giants to ever survive a battle with Thor. Thor is stated to be the most powerful of the Norse gods in the God of War universe. He was able to destroy an entire army of giants all by himself, with Jörmungandr being the only survivor. Each giant at minimum should have large multi-continent levels of strength, which could easily make Thor planet level, which puts both characters consistently at planet level attack power and durability.
Dick!
So we got two characters who are both FTL in terms of speed and planet level in terms of durability and attack power. How do we pick a winner from here? Well, Kratos is easily far more skilled than Saitama. He has way more experience and a wider variety of powers and options to use during a fight. He he has more up his metaphorical sleeve to throw at Saitama. But again, Saitama isn't some chump who doesn't know how to fight or dodge attacks. Keep that in mind when I let you know that Saitama has far better stamina. Again, I'd like to repeat myself that lore Kratos probably has way more stamina than gameplay Kratos, but this is not lore Kratos. Anywho, Kratos was able to climb Kronos for 3 days straight before needing rest. Climbing can burn around 900 calories per hour, meaning Kratos can burn through 64,800 calories before needing more energy. That is a ton of energy. It's easily superhuman levels of stamina. Now as for Saitama, Saitama had enough energy to jump from the moon to the earth without feeling tired at all. Now to put that feat into perspective, ask yourself this: if Kratos had so much strength and energy, why didn't he just jump to the top of Kronos? If he's so strong and powerful, Kronos isn't taller than the moon's distance. Why did he choose to climb instead of straight jump? Well, it's because jumping this distance would consume too much bodily energy and calories. When comparing single jumps, higher jumps require more energy per jump than short jumps. Again, this is single jumps, not repetitive jumps. An NBA level 48-inch jump would require 1500 watts of energy, about 1.5 kilowatts of energy. This is less than a small light bulb running for a short amount of time. This means you would burn 0.1 calories per single jump that requires a 4-foot lift. So for Saitama to jump from the moon to the earth, or to jump 238,900 miles, would require him to then burn 31,534,800 calories. Kratos, after burning 64,800 calories, which is insanely superhuman mind you, needed at least some rest before continuing. Saitama, after burning over 31 million calories, did not show a single sign of getting tired or needing rest. This is probably not even near his minimum, let alone his maximum. But even if we assume this was his maximum, this would mean Saitama has at least 487 times more energy than Kratos. Kratos and Saitama for the most part may have equal stats. Kratos might even be way more skilled than Saitama, but Saitama has nearly 500 times more energy than Kratos. Game mechanic Kratos is going to get tired far sooner than Saitama is, and once his energy depletes, he'll become slower and easier to catch, making the winner of this Rumble the Caped Baldy. Now, if you want to see a rematch between lore Kratos and end of series Saitama after his true potential has been revealed, leave a like on this video. Once the series ends, and if this video gets 5,000 likes, a rematch will be put into production. Don't forget to comment down your own ideas. Stay tuned as the next fighters are going to be revealed on the next episode of Rewind Rumble.